Now we want to add in our exterior walls. So let's go to our top of main floor plan. Okay, and we're going to draw some walls around, and the same thing, we're going to have to do the same thing we did with our floor, in that we have to have a wall system that is 6 inches and with a 2 inch kind of cladding on the outside. So we can start by going to the Home tab and picking Wall here, or you can right click and say Add to Quick Access Toolbar, either way. And there's also a flyout, so there's Wall, Structural Wall, and Wall by Face. So we just want regular wall. I'm just going to pick it here, or you can pick it on the top ribbon. So Wall. Same type of thing inside of here. There's no sketch mode with walls, but you do have your different type selectors in here. So you'll notice now it's showing you walls. If you start a window tool, it's going to show you windows. If you start a door tool, it's going to show you doors. So we're looking for anything that might be close to what we want. Okay, but once again, I'm just going to use a generic one and build our wall from scratch just for learning purposes. But you can see there is different walls in there, and watch what happens when we go into pick edit type. So I'm going to start with my basic wall generic 8-inch. I'm going to say edit type in here, and because of my preview the last time, you can see the preview there. You can also pick in here and zoom in, by the way. And there's all those wall types again. So if you actually pick on here, you can see that there is, some more complicated different wall types that have different reveals and sweeps and stuff. So you can see that if you pick on each one of these and zoom in, okay, there's different wall types that have different materials and layers. But we're just going to start with the generic 8-inch on purpose. Okay, and then what we're going to do is duplicate this. Same thing as with the floor. It's a system family. We have to duplicate to make a new type. So we say duplicate, and this one's going to just be called, our exterior wall. And maybe I'll put 6-inch. You might even say what the exterior cladding is, but I'm just going to leave it at that. So 6-inch exterior wall is going to be the name of it. And now I'm going to pick edit in here, and then we can see the components. Okay, and right now all there is 8 inches of generic material. So inside of there, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pick down here, and I'm going to say insert. Okay, and I'm going to pick up here and say insert. Okay. Now, the core is the structural part of the wall. So we're going to take, you see it says layers, exterior face, interior face. Think of this as being the layers of the wall. I'm going to pick over here and zoom in. Okay. I'm going to take this guy, and that's the cladding on the outside. So I'll say move up. That moves it outside the core. Okay. This is going to be the drywall on the inside. I'm going to say move down. Okay. The core here is going to be 5.5 inches. Of framing of some form, wood or metal. Okay, then on the outside, this is going to be 2 inches. Click out. Then I'm going to pick this one and make this 0.5 of an inch. Okay, so 50 millimeters, 35 millimeters. No, this would be 130 millimeters or so, and then this would be like 12 millimeters. Click in here, zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to come back and add some materials later. This is on the outside, so this is not going to be a structure 1, it's going to be a finish 5 because it's on the outside. This one here is going to be a finish 4. Don't worry about the first number, it's the second number that we want to pay attention to. Okay, so there's our two materials there. 2 inches, 5.5 and a half for a total of 8 inches. Now we thought it was only going to be 6, so I think it's just going to be, it's going to be bigger than a basic 6-inch wall. It's going to be 8 inches combined, and you can go in here at any point and say delete to delete a layer or insert a new layer. So insert creates a new one, delete deletes a layer. Then you put your thicknesses, and we'll tell you about materials later, and you can move them up and down by picking in here. You can't do anything with the core itself. Okay, you can say move up, I suppose, by moving it, but So that's what we want the configuration to be inside of there. We hit OK and OK. And now we're ready to draw the wall. So how do we want to draw the wall? Well, before we do anything, we just have to check our heights and everything inside of here. So we're going to go from the main floor, up to the second floor. In fact, we want it to go up to the second floor minus 14 inches. But we're going to go in here and say, okay, from the main floor up to the second floor. Okay, main floor offset of 0 up to, you can see here, the second floor with an offset of 0. So we're going to say minus 14 inches because that's the thickness of the floor. So it's telling us it's going to be about 8 foot 10. Okay, so this is the top or the bottom base constraint. The bottom of the wall is at the main floor. Right at the main floor, you can make it go above or below that. So the bottom of the wall is right at the main floor. Going to the top constraint, okay, the top of the wall is going up to level 2, okay, with an offset of minus 1 foot 2. Now the last thing we need to do is the location line. Where do I want the line to be in plan? I don't want it to be at the wall center line. I want it to be at the core face exterior, because that's where the edge of this grid line is. Core face exterior. Finish face interior, finish face exterior, the core center line, the whole entire wall center line. So these are all options based on the components we just created in the wall. So we are going to go with the core face exterior. We've set our heights, and we can fix it after the fact anyway. Plan offset of 0, chain meaning continue it from point to point. So I'm going to move myself along here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, and you can see pick. See how it's, if I go straight down, dragging, if you use your shift key as you're dragging, it'll go straight. That's your ortho. Main thing is I want to go down, pick there, and I'm basically tracing, panning, tracing from edge to edge. And because I have my chain turned on, I don't have to start over at each segment. That allows me to continue from my last point. Dragging around. Click, escape, escape. If you get one that's wrong, just pick on it and then delete it. Now this view is set to be coarse detail. If I set it to be medium or fine detail, what happens is you will actually see more detail of the actual walls. Now I'm seeing the 2 inches and the 5.5 inches and the 1/2 inch. If I change my detail to be coarse detail, all you're going to see is the exterior interior face. You're going to see the total thickness. Change this to say fine or medium. Fine and medium just change the scale of the hatch, the cross hatching inside of it. So they're very close to the same. Clicking out, zoom out. Okay, go to a 3D view. There's my main floor, going up to my second floor with the cladding sticking out a little bit on the outside. Okay. So that's my main floor, my second floor, and my exterior walls. Let's do a little section here just before we go. Let's go back to a floor plan, say the main floor, zoom out a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I have it on my quick access toolbar section, but you can go up here, view, right click, add that to your quick access toolbar, or pick on it. And then a section, I'm going to do a section that goes right from here, click, straight across. Again, use your shift key if you want to keep it nice and straight. Click. Notice this is the back cutting plane of how far that section's going to see. And this shows you how far it's going to see edgewise. Now watch, zoom in, double click, click, click. And now we go into that cross section. And in the cross section, we need to change this to say fine detail again, same as a floor plan. Now we can zoom in. We can see there's our wall, okay, going up to there. And then what we're going to do is the other one's going to come down. We're going to pull that. We can grab this individually and pull that cladding layer up or down. We'll show you how to do that.